Well, it's been a while since I've tried to make any YouTube content since I got canceled. Learned some lessons, moving on. Hopefully you'll hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell so you can know when I'm making new content. That is surprisingly important with these Second Amendment channels, and we just get suppressed to high holy heaven. I had an interesting conversation I'd love to have with you today about 3 separate 22 LR suppressed builds I've put together. Now, YouTube, we're not teaching anybody, we're not modifying these in camera in any way, so trying not to violate very hard, trying not to violate any of your terms of service, playing your game as best we can. So the 3 options I'm talking about, one is a Kel-Tec CP33. I have so many Kel-Tecs, I get a little bit lost sometimes in their nomenclature. This is the Kel-Tec CP33. It has a old school Spectre 2 suppressor on it. This is a Streamlight VIR, so that's his infrared laser light. Spark 2 on it currently, probably going to change that out soon enough, and an old school 1913 brace. So I love this setup. Has plenty of capacity with that 33 round mag. I've also got some 55 round mags as an option for the Kel-Tec. Love the way this thing feels. It's great with the night vision. It's very, very small, compact. Everything about this is fantastic. This has been my go-to kind of nighttime plinking around in the dark, suppressed, silent 22 feel. Really gives us that MP7 at home, about as close as we're going to get here stateside. Now, where I think this conversation starts getting interesting is when we compare these 3 different builds I have in front of me. All pistol builds, braced pistol builds. This is a CMMG kit. There is a suppressor that is hidden underneath the shroud. This is a dedicated CMMG bolt on a 4.5-inch barrel. Since it's a CMMG adapter kit, there is no need for a buffer spring, and you can have a folding adapter on your AR. Now, the nice thing about this AR pistol is the fact we've got all kinds of room for accessories to be able to add those lights, as well as it is all the controls you know and love from operating your AR-15s. So this is a fantastic option number 2 to discuss. Option number 3 gets a little weird. Option number 3 is a VZ61 Scorpion that's been converted into a 22 LR. And this is another one that has no need for a buffer system. It's all built in. Great option here. This receiver is fully DIY 3D printed, made here in-house, just for fun. Another really small, lightweight pistol, great for suppressing, and just really cool. So there's some trade-offs here. The trade-offs are I love the AR variant because it has plenty of room for activities and accessories. We can add all of our heart's desire things up front. But this is the largest of the 3 options and the heaviest of the 3 options to boot. So I kind of eliminate that one just because it's big, heavy, and if I'm walking around at night with night vision and everything else, I want to be comfortable and have a good time. This one is really cool because it has a feature that the others cannot do. Whenever you fire this particular pistol, this bolt reciprocates with these handles. Why that's interesting is because it opens up a unique opportunity. You would have the ability while shooting this to take your thumb and hold that bolt closed while firing, and that offers a reduced noise even further. If the armadillos are tearing up my backyard outside of my bedroom window and I don't want to wake up my wife, I can hold that bolt closed, and this is incredibly quiet for varmint control options. But I find myself constantly coming back to the Kel-Tec. This is just the best feeling of the bunch. The most compact by far, but it doesn't have that option to be able to hold that bolt closed when operating to be as quiet as you can be. The downside of the VZ61 is a lack of accessory rails. I don't really have a great way yet to mount IR lasers and illuminators, and if I want to add all those additional features, just not a great way to do that yet. But this one has everything I need. It's kind of the middle point. It's the halfway between the AR-22 build. It's not the VZ61 light. It's heavier than the VZ61, lighter than the AR variant. This is probably my go-to. It has been for a while. The VZ61 is the newest in the collection, and it's grown on me though. That ability, I cannot stress enough, that ability to hold that bolt closed while it's firing is amazing. So I'm going to run downstairs and we'll just pop a couple off. You can kind of hear some of the differences. It's a little bit of an unfair comparison because I'm going to be using 3 different suppressors. I'll go over those again. This is an SWR Spectre 2. I've got an Outback Gemtech suppressor. And last but least is a Advanced Armament Prodigy monocore. So interesting variety there. Let's go just listen to a couple rounds. So the bugs in the background are a nice kind of ambient set. One thing about cameras and suppressors is the automatic gain reduction on a camera doesn't really give you a good idea of how quiet these things are. So I'm going to do 5 rounds of each of these and we'll see how that goes. Let me get you in frame. Also keep in mind that the first round of a suppressor generally has something called the first round pop. Might be able to catch that here. And now we'll move over to the Kel-Tec. See how it sounds. I think that's better than the AR. And last but not least, we've got our VZ61. And the last round, I'm going to hold that bolt closed to show you the difference. Only bad thing is it's not real easy to charge that second round, but it is a lot quieter. I think this monocore Prodigy also had a significantly higher first round pop. That was interesting. I think the Kel-Tec was the most even keel. Once again, 3 different suppressors, not the best of comparisons here. So, there we have it. 3 very different builds with different features. I'm not sure. I still think the Kel-Tec is kind of my go-to favorite. The VZ61 is very cool though. It'll be fun to play with these for longer and see how they pan out over time. Thanks for watching. Once again, hopefully you hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification because I promise you, I will be suppressed.